LAPD arrests multiple anti-ICE agitators outside a detention center. This is from Fox News. The title is Left-Wing Groups Backs Tens of Thousands of Anti-ICE Agitators Nationwide. So let's see what they have to say. This is in LA. This is outside of a detention center. Oh yeah. You hear that? That deep just dum, 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 dum. It makes you feel good, doesn't it? Just makes you feel real good. See, this is what I'm talking about. These are the kind of people that you can tell have just never been hit in the face before, right? And it really shows because they get right up in your face and they want you to hit them. They want that headline, right? They're paid agitators. They want you to hit them. They want you to pepper spray them because they want the headlines the next day to be, oh, these evil ICE officers out here causing direct harm to American citizens. At least they're backing up. See, this is what Renee Nicole Good should have done, right? That she should have done what they fucking said. Uh-oh. They're not white people. What are you gonna do now, left? What are you gonna do now, left wing? These stupid fucking V for Vendetta masks, man. All it tells us is that you're a retard. Like that's all it does. You're not making a statement. Yeah. Goddamn, yeah. So, it's crazy. Tens of thousands of anti-ICE agitators. What happened? Okay. Tens of thousands of anti-ICE agitators took to the streets of major cities across the country this weekend in a raft of demonstrations largely organized by the coalition of left-wing groups. Okay, well, that's what we're here for. We want to hear about the left-wing groups that are organizing this. The ICE Out for Good coalition called for a quote-unquote weekend of action starting on Saturday, so that was yesterday, organizing more than 1,000 events nationwide. The coalition was largely organized by Indivisible, the same left-wing group that pushed No Kings protest against President Donald Trump. Yeah, and then immediately went after, oh no, free the Venezuelan dictator. No kings here, but like kings for everybody else, right? Protests focused on the death of Renee Cole Good in Minneapolis last week. She was killed in a confrontation with ICE agents after federal authorities say she attempted to run one of the officers over. Yes, she absolutely did do that. Renee Nicole Good was a wife, a mother of 3, and a breather of oxygen, okay? And a member of her community. Yeah, well, but what kind of member of her community, right? Because, like, the homeless guy down there, he's a member of the community, too. He's a useless member of the community, but a member of the community nonetheless. Oh, Jesus. This weekend, people across the country are coming together to grieve, honor those we've lost, and demand accountability from a system that has operated with impunity for far too long. ICE's violence is not a statistic. If it has names, families, and futures attached to it, and we refuse to look away or stay silent, she added. Protesters led to scuffles with police officers in several states on Saturday. This is from Austin. Oh no, this is still LAPD. Yeah. So, oh boy, man, they're. I'm telling you, we're heading for another Summer of Love, 2026. You watch. They're going to try and turn this lady into the next George Floyd. The problem is, I don't think Trump's going to let it happen this time. Last time he was like, okay, well, let's just kind of, we'll take it easy. We'll try and just give it some time, let people express how they feel. That's not going to happen this time. This time, if you start burning down buildings and throwing bricks at police officers, you will be dealt with. Anyway, so let's see what they have here. Alright, so this is live now from Fox on YouTube. Definitely go and subscribe to their channel. It'll be linked in my video, yada, 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 okay? Minneapolis ICE protest. Demonstrators clash with ICE. So we watched what happened in LA with people that were getting far too close to an ICE detention facility and protesting and trying to get all crazy, and then cops had to show up and start subduing people. This is Minneapolis ICE protest. Let's see what happens when they clash with ICE in the place where it happened, right?
Renee Good was shot and killed by...
Also, coincidentally, I'm pretty sure Minneapolis is where George Floyd was killed as well.
By an ICE officer. Now we...
All right, well, I should say where George Floyd OD'd as well.
You've seen the video that shows the ICE officer's vantage point. There is a lot to this as the investigation does continue. What I want to do right now is pop up this video from on the ground. Now, it was shot by Brecca Stahl. She is a reporter at the Daily Wire. Again, you can see everything as it was playing out, and this is just one of the videos she shot that shows really the intensity there, as you can see tense moments and a lot of people gathered. Now, I do want to bring Brecca in to talk much more about the...
Full disclosure, if you hit the outside of a police car, I think you should be arrested. Like, if they're driving by and you fucking hit the car, I think that you should be arrested.
The situation on the ground there. Brecca, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
No, great to be with you.
And I did want to ask you...
God, dude, why is it that the right-wing... talking heads are always more attractive? Like, anybody notice that? Like, if they're on the right wing, or if they're like part of Fox News, or like if they're a social media person and they're right wing, they're more attractive than their left wing counterparts. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
You hear what we were looking at in that video. It was kind of playing in slow motion there, but you could see a lot of folks that were gathered around what looked to be maybe a law enforcement vehicle.
Yes, so that is at the ICE field office in Minneapolis. And
what looked to be maybe a law enforcement vehicle. It had fucking flashing lights. What?
That has been one of the prime gathering spots. We've had that spot and the memorial where people and protesters are going in and out. The ICE one, the protesters are more angry. They are harassing these officers, yelling profanity at them over and over. Let's remember, these officers had nothing to do, no relation to that individual. So these are people taking out their anger on people not even at the scene of Renee Good's shooting. But that's what we've been seeing.
And I wanted to ask you what it's like to kind of be on the ground there as all of this is happening, because it's been a situation...
Dude, it's gotta suck standing out here in this wind.
Where we actually received a bit earlier on today a list from Mayor Jacob Frey that kind of details some of the...
We do not care at all what that cucked mayor has to say. Listen, he's under the thumb of the Somalian community, man. That's just the way that it is there.
Damage that has happened there.
The only reason that he won. Honestly, he almost lost because there was a member of the Somalian community that was running. It's just that he was retarded, so he didn't win.
As a result of these protests. So break down for me what it's like to actually be there on the ground as all of this is happening.
So it's been a full 4 days so far. It started on Wednesday. Last night was definitely an escalation point. That was outside of the Canopy Hotel. We saw protesters surrounding a police car, punching a police car, shouting at the officer, and it just escalated there. Today, now, a protest is about to start. It's scheduled at 1 p.m. Central Time, so we have people going ahead in that direction. We notice these protests are starting later, so we think what we'll see tonight is it's going to be more aggressive, just like what we saw last night. And then the main thing that I've noticed on the ground as I've had time to reflect over the 4 days is just the difference between the way that this movement breathes. So I was just at AmFest with the Daily Wire covering that, and you see Turning Point, and you remember Erica Kirk forgiving the man who set out to kill her husband that day.
Yeah, listen, so she's got much more heart than I would ever have because uh, people that have been watching my stream for a while know the reason that I'm doing this is because Charlie Kirk was killed. I never met that man before, and on the day that he was murdered, I wept. I have a photo on my phone because I didn't want to forget how that made me feel. And I decided on that day that I'm going to actually start doing stuff like this because I really think that we need to change the culture in America. I don't think that these retards should be allowed to just do whatever they want to in the name of tolerance and inclusion. And I don't think that boys can be girls and girls can be boys. I think that we are getting way too off track with individual freedoms. And I do think that people need to be held responsible for their own actions. I don't think that we need to pay for all of these retarded people who didn't understand what they were signing up for when they went to college and got a $100,000 degree in underwater basket weaving. Okay, I started doing this because we need to change the culture in the United States. Once it's changed, we'll see what I do afterward. But for right now, I'm going to call out the retards. And a large part of why I'm doing this is because that man, Charlie Kirk, was assassinated in front of all of us.
And
And the left wing cheered for it.
I have heard no empathy for that police or for the ICE officer. I've heard no empathy for any of these ICE officers, and I've only heard protesters yelling at them.
That's because they're all either paid to yell at them or not like from this country. So
And is there that same heavy federal law enforcement presence that we saw on Wednesday in that area? Has it died down at all, or has it actually increased as more of these protesters are out there?
Oh, it's definitely increased. So that ICE facility office, when I was there on Thursday, you didn't have the barricades. When I got back there on Friday, we saw cranes putting up more barricades. Literally videos of people installing fences.
Oh, hell yeah.
And all the construction. They are prepping for this. They're gearing up. You saw that last night, just the way that police showed up quickly to the scene. The protest went on for about 2 hours. Around midnight, they show up, they line the streets, they surround the protesters, and they were incredibly patient, but that law enforcement was there and ready to be there in case something happens.
Mm-hmm.
Are we seeing protesters who are...
Oh yeah, like dude, they're probably gonna double and triple their forces there. I mean, they're gonna have to they're gonna have to call in some reinforcements because there's gonna be an awful lot, like an awful big group of illegal people that are gonna be like swarming now, just mad at everything.
just anti-ICE? Are there other, I guess, protesters protesting for ICE?
Yes. So those are the counter protesters. There was a bit of a battle between them yesterday at the ICE field office. And so we had one guy, Trump flag, going in there wearing a Charlie Kirk hat, very brave individual. He was swarmed. They were hitting him, fighting him. They wouldn't let him speak. I tried to talk to two individuals at once who disagreed. And you had one protester interrupting that conversation, even though they were attempting to have some sort of a civil conversation, and it couldn't happen. And then you had other protesters saying, we can't even talk to these people. There's no point in talking to anybody who could support ICE.
No, like half of them don't speak English, and the other half of them are there to cause chaos and are paid agitators. If you show up in a Charlie Kirk hat and a Trump flag and yada yada yada, they will try and kill you because they are a very violent group of people. They're going to blame the right for a lot of the violence in this country, but in reality, it's just not true.
And Brecca, what are folks out there right now saying to you specifically?
This is why I'm saying they're going to try and turn this poor lady into the next George Floyd. She's not a political martyr in any kind of way. She's a retard that put herself into a dangerous situation and then fucked around and found out immediately. So I don't know where this is going, but I know that they're going to try and burn cities down, and I don't think Trump is going to allow it to happen this time.
Specifically, because I know you've talked to so many people, we've seen all of the videos coming in. What are they maybe saying to you?
I've heard things all over the board. I've had people tell me they are angry, and then I've had people who are saying that they need to use this to get out their anger. I've had protesters say that they don't like the way some of their other counterparts are yelling at these officers. I've had people saying they're depressed. I'm getting a clear sense that people are so emotional and they have no clue where to put these emotions. And I think that's coming out, and I think tensions are high, and they're getting it out through screaming, yelling, and it's just been interesting to see.
No fair.
Brecca, thank you so much for taking the time to join us. I know you do have to head over to different areas here as you continue your coverage. Great coverage from out there. And again, we appreciate you being here with us. Anything you want to add about any of this here before I let you go?
You know, we've seen a lot. We had a big McDonald's thing. There was an ICE sign on the McDonald's that said no ice allowed. That was interesting to see.
Ah, that's not a good thing, and I think McDonald's is probably going to reach out to you. Listen, if there's one thing Trump has, it's the support of McDonald's. Man loves his Big Macs.
For that business. And then just seeing like sometimes you
That franchisee is probably going to get into a lot of trouble.
talk to people. We had a video go viral for the Daily Wire yesterday, and it talked about a woman who basically said she was afraid to be at Renee Good's memorial because she was a white woman.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Look, if you're a straight white person in today's society, you're basically the devil, right? Like, I mean, just that's just how it is. I mean, we're responsible for all the evils in the world, right? I mean, just whatever.
And so you're starting to see just some of that ideology from the left come out, and everything that's just kind of come into this moment, and we're just seeing it all.
Brecca Stahl, thank you so much for taking the time.
Yeah, thank you so much. All right, cool. So yeah, that's what they had to say about that. Apparently, there are lots of protests going on, and in Minneapolis, it's starting to get crazy. This is Kristi Noem on Fox News. This is her. Apparently, Fox had a whole interview with her, and she says, "I cannot believe this." Now, this is 6 hours ago. So let's see what she has to say. Let's see what she said on Fox, and we're gonna look over this together.
Joining me now is Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem. Secretary, thanks very much for being here this morning. You heard what Hakeem Jeffries just said. Now Democrats are moving to try to impeach you. What is your response?
Well, we're going to keep doing our jobs. President Trump promised the American people that
Yep.
he would make America safe again, that we would be out there and
Also, Total W. He is delivering on every one of his promises. This is exactly why I voted for him, and I am happy with my vote. Thank you.
enforcing the laws, and that we would apply them equally, that nobody was above the law, and that we were going to start putting American citizens first. So criminal, illegal aliens in this country are going to be brought to justice under his administration, and that's exactly why we surged resources to Minnesota, because their corrupt elected officials at the city level and at the state level allowed fraud to happen, allowed crimes to happen. We've arrested dozens of murderers, rapists, traffickers in that city already, and we're going to continue to do that work to follow through on President Trump's promises.
What more can your officers do to stop the agitators? Obviously, so much has happened. It's hard to know what's true here in terms of people
Let loose the dogs of war.
getting shot.
Well, Maria, we're
No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. But there's an awful lot of non-lethal options that are very funny. Like over the last time we had this stupid Summer of Love bullshit, they had people in like tractors shooting manure at protesters. That's really funny. We can maybe entertain that idea.
sending
Personally, I prefer the trebuchet option for the illegals, but that's a different conversation.
more officers today and tomorrow. They'll arrive. There'll be hundreds more. And in order to allow our ICE and our Border Patrol individuals that are working in Minneapolis to do so safely, we're going to continue to, if they conduct violent activities against law enforcement, if they impede our operations, that's a crime.
Yeah, absolutely. And the ICE officers should be allowed to do whatever it is that they need to do to make sure that they can do their operation safely and in the most efficient and effective manner possible. Thank you.
And we will hold them accountable to those consequences.
Yeah, and also, if you are impeding their operations, it is a literal federal crime. Just saying.
So unfortunately, when you don't have the partnership of the city, Mayor Fry and Governor Walz have been very clear that they're going to continue their rhetoric. They're going to continue to put criminals and corrupt illegal aliens.
Well, yeah, but like they've been stealing billions of dollars from the American taxpayer and sending it over to terrorist organizations in Somalia, mainly Al-Shabaab, which is, an offshoot of Al-Qaeda. Mainly, they've been taking over cities in Somalia and blowing up cars and stuff. So that's really cool. I wonder how many of my dollars went to terrorist organizations. I think you guys should be really pissed off about this, kind of like I am. Yeah.
Above the people that live
So no, I don't give a fuck what Tim Walz and Jacob Frey have to say. Fuck them.
in that city and in that state. They've said they're not going to help us, so we'll make sure that we protect our officers, but we also follow through on making sure these criminals are brought to justice.
Yeah, listen, when Trump's administration says that this is a red line, they mean it.
I mean, it's ironic to see the Democrats so angry over what ICE is doing when, in fact, you look back at the policy and how this all started, and it was a wide open border under the Biden administration. And, you know, there was back and forth and you know, conflict and different opinions about impeaching Alejandro Mayorkas, and yet they all rushed to try to impeach you right now for responding to it.
For responding and telling the truth. I'll remind everyone, Maria, that every single thing that I've said.
Yeah, listen, when you're a corrupt politician in the U.S. government, if somebody's going to come in and try and stop you from getting the money that you've been getting through these various corrupt organizations, you'd probably want to take them out of that office and out of that seat too. And unfortunately, impeachment's the fastest, most effective way to do that. The problem is you need to have a majority vote to do that, and that's just not what the Democrats have right now, even though they all march in lockstep.
Has been factual about what's been going on in Minneapolis, what's been going on in Minnesota, and with the incident that we had where we had a tragic loss of life. These law enforcement officers are trained to be in situations that are dangerous, and they rely on that training each and every day to make the right decisions. And that's what I'm so grateful for, is that we have professionals that stepped up and took an oath to serve this country. The American people support them in that. It's really, really horrific.
Yes, we do. The vast majority of us, in fact, do support them in that, and we're all very happy with our vote. Thank you, Mr. Trump.
That we have elected officials that are using this as an opportunity to divide, using this to promote an agenda that fundamentally would take away our freedoms and our liberties in this country. And Governor Walz's corruption has been exposed. It's been exposed for years. He's being held accountable to it, so he's trying to divert the attention away from him and his failed leadership. We're going to continue to do our work and specifically focus in Minnesota. And Maria, we've surged HSI officers there specific to focus on sex trafficking and child trafficking. It's so prevalent in Minnesota. It's horrific. And we brought dozens and dozens of those individuals to justice already. We're going to keep hundreds of HSI officers there to continue to protect those children. Every day we get another individual that was sexual assault against a child.
She said, we're going to keep hundreds of those ICE agents there. Why? Because fuck them. That's why. See, this is the kind of woman you don't want to get, like, on the bad side of, man. She means business. She's gonna handle hers. She's gonna pull up her G-string and handle hers.
Sodomy against a child.
White Chicks is an awesome movie. I love it. And the people that say that they hate it and that it sucks is just, no, fuck you. White Chicks is funny as hell.
I can't believe that the mayor and the governor can defend allowing those people to go out there and victimize more of our children and grandchildren.
Well, I don't understand that. I mean, how is it possible that they're not as interested in ending that as you are? And that was my next question.
They get a lot of money. That's the thing.
Why Minnesota? What is happening in Minneapolis that you have been as aggressive as you have in terms of sending more officers there?
Well, it is ground zero for stealing of taxpayer dollars and protecting criminals. We have had...
Sure feels like it. Billions of dollars in fraud found by Nick Shirley. Definitely go and check my video out about that. I did a whole thing where I reviewed his video. It was absolutely awesome. And while you're here on YouTube watching my videos, go ahead and subscribe and follow me on Kick and follow me on X at real_Cecil. And if you're tired of all of that and you're on Rumble for some reason, which is fine with me, I have a Rumble account, definitely subscribe and follow me there too, right? Like, I'm everywhere that videos are made, or at least everywhere that's important anyway.
Officers there for years. We've surged officers because we recognized and started to uncover the true, corruption and theft that has happened. Billions and billions of dollars have been stolen from American people. And Maria, these are dollars that were supposed to go to programs to help the most vulnerable, to help people that were disabled or had mental health challenges, or children that were autistic, or to help people transition into their own home and to get back up on their feet. They stole the money from those people and used it to enrich their lives. And many of the time...
Yep, well, road to hell and all that.
We've dug into this, and it's immigration fraud. They came into this country lying on their documents, of why they could come. And
like Ilhan Omar, she said she married her brother so that he could immigrate over here. But that's a topic they don't want to discuss.
Why they were eligible to use our programs. Joe Biden facilitated this all, and as we uncover more of this.
Also, many people just show up and then say asylum, and then there's like not really a way to dispute it. So we really just have to look and go, is there actual political turmoil in that country you're saying you're from?
Criminal activity. We're going to continue to surge resources to make sure that this abuse of government funds and government power no longer continues in Minnesota.
And who is funding these agitators? Where are they getting the resources?
Oh, Fox News says it's a lot of left-wing groups, preferably the ICE Out for Good group. So that's one of them. I forgot the name of the other one.
To keep up trying to block ICE from doing their jobs?
Well, that's part of the investigation as well. There's been nonprofits that have had money funneled into them to train individuals.
Money funneled into them from who? Is it the George Soroses of the world? Is it the Rockefellers? Is it the... I don't know. Anybody in the Democratic Party, honestly?
To go out here and to impede law enforcement operations, train them how to go distract them, assault them, and to do exactly what we've seen with these vehicle rammings. We've had over 100 of them in recent weeks where people are using their vehicles as deadly weapons.
They're trying to, for sure, and ICE officers are done fucking putting up with it, which unfortunately is what led to the death of this tragic death of this woman in Minneapolis.
And attacking our officers and training them on how to block streets. And I'll remind everybody that if you get involved in impede a law enforcement operation, you are breaking the law. That is
It's a felony, actually.
Crime. And at that point in time, that individual needs to be arrested and taken in and charged and convicted for what they're doing to stop justice in the United States. So all of these times you see these rioters out there doing that, they've been trained to do that. They know they're training them to break the law, and the previous administrations allowed it to happen. President Trump is standing up for what's right.
All right, we'll be watching your moves. Secretary, thanks very much for being here this morning. We so appreciate it.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily.
Yeah, show me your moves. Anyway, yeah, so that's the crazy shit that's happening in Minneapolis right now. Really hope you guys enjoyed it. Really hope you guys enjoyed what we were talking about. I enjoyed it a lot. If you did enjoy it, make sure to hit follow on Kick, where this was streamed live once a week. Make sure, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure that you're subscribed to me, because I mean, it's kind of like having a waiter and not tipping them, right? You're gonna watch me, you're gonna be subscribed to me. That's just how it works, okay? The U.S. is gonna expand in 2026, and so is my viewer base. The U.S. is gonna get 51, and I'm gonna get one guy. You know what I mean? That's all. Anyway, if you're watching me on YouTube, definitely subscribe at youtube.com/Cestal-G2D. If you're watching me on Rumble because you're tired of YouTube and you're tired of all the left-wing bullshit on it, then definitely subscribe to me on there too, at rumble.com/Cestal. And if you like listening to based opinions all the time on the internet and me calling out politicians and retard bots on X, you can follow me there at real_Cestal. I was labeled a Russian bot a couple of months ago by some fucking retard. I don't know. I did a video about it. You should definitely check that out. Anyway, I had a great time, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.